So finding a comfortable seated position to begin with. Allowing your eyes to close. Bringing your awareness into the very present moment. And start by taking in the environment around you. Clearly the most obvious thing is the heat, the breeze from the fan, and really opening up your hearing too. Start by noticing all the sounds that surround you. The constant sounds like the fan. The sounds that come and go like the clink of crockery. And allowing those sounds of the natural world to exist around you. And this for me is really about living your yoga. You know, it's great when we can shut ourselves off in the sanctuary of a quiet yoga studio and practice. But actually that life lesson of how do I find the sanctuary within myself so that the world can go on its merry way around me. There's this sanctuary that sits within. So let's tap into that sanctuary with your breath, deepening your inhale and lengthening your exhale. See that breath as unlocking the door to the sanctuary within. Follow your breath there. Imagine the inhale coming in through the nostrils, all the way down the body. And exhaling up and out. Follow your breath home. Follow your breath to that inner sanctuary. And 3 more focused breaths here. And we flow in yoga, we connect our breath with our movement. As you stay connected to that breath, inhale, reaching the arms out and up, lifting the chest up, taking the gaze up. And exhale as the hands draw down the center line, tracing that journey home to your heart. Inhale, reaching the arms out, rising up. And exhale, journey home, journey to that sanctuary within. Inhale, reaching out and up. And exhale, come home, home to yourself. Opening the eyes if you wish, relax your right hand down. Inhale, take the right arm out. Stretch it up, lean across the body, and draw it again back home to the heart. Relax the other arm out. Inhale, stretch it out, up, across, and home. You can do that twice more each side. Really connect with the breath. It's like the breath moves you like the wind under a leaf or a feather. Simple essence of body and mind, breath and movement united. Once more each side. Savoring each breath, last time. releasing the hands down. Flickering your eyes open a moment. And take your right leg and just swing it behind you. See how you are on the block with this. You might find it annoying, yeah. And then have the left foot against the inner thigh. Bring the other hand down and just hold on to your hip here. So there's so much fluidity in the body, and we think about the joints, the synovial fluid joints. So I want you to think about where your hip socket is sitting over the head of the thigh bone. And you start to rotate that socket over the bone. And then exhale, lean it back. So often we move the thigh bone in the hip socket. Now you're moving the hip socket in relation to the thigh bone. You might close the eyes and connect inwards as you do this. As I said, this is a synovial fluid joint. And as you move this joint, you are lubricating it. You can think of this like moisturizing your hip, just as you might moisturize your face. Once more. I'm going to keep that movement, but now taking that right hand, inhale, sweep it across in front of you, and exhale back, draw it back and open. You might keep it right here, or you might be drawn to lift up a little as you inhale. And exhale down. Follow the direction of your breath, the guidance of the breath. Once more. And exhale down. Replace both hands on the legs and just take a moment in stillness. That balance of movement and stillness. And you're going to take that leg that's behind you, that right leg, and you draw the knee into the chest. Hold through the ball of the foot, knee bent. Lengthen through the spine and maybe begin to extend the leg. But find more that length in the spine, the shoulders soft. More that how does it feel? And draw into the breath, that guide home to your body. And this is a little tricky. You can take that front leg and just heel toe it across in front of you. You're going to bend this knee and place the foot on the outside and see if you can place it down. Good. Hug round with your left hand. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, wave a little bit of length, sit tall. And exhale, rotating around. As you inhale, untwist a little bit. Exhale, draw up and around. Just once more, inhaling. Exhale, up and around. Inhale all the way back and keep going. Bring the hands to the floor on that outside. Take a little bow forwards. Just never matters how low. Inhale, wave up. Find that buoyancy, that lift in the chest. And exhale down. Again, inhale, waving up. And exhale down. Inhale, coming all of the way up. Take a moment's pause. And then we'll reset. So you're going to be taking the left leg around, right foot on the inner left thigh. Holding the hip, bring the other hand down. Just close the eyes a moment. Take a minute to visualize your thigh bone sitting in your hip socket. Allows you to walk around this beautiful earth. Let's go moisturize it. Inhale. Exhale, rotate the hips forwards and down. Inhale, up and back. And continue in that own breath rhythm. Moisturizing your hip. Beautiful self-care for the body. Simple yet mindful. Bringing the arm into it now. Swoop the arm forwards. And exhale it back. Might make it a little bigger if you desire to. You could inhale, push up through the hip. And exhale back. Let your body be your teacher, be your guide. Inhale. And exhale. Once more, moving to that breath rhythm. And exhaling. Take a moment to be still, relax the hands. Drawing that left knee forward. Interlace the hands on the ball of the foot. And wave length through the spine, extending up through the leg. It doesn't have to be straight. Soften the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. And breathe as if into your left hamstring. This is Heron Pose, coincidentally. I always think of herons near ponds, searching for the fish. Heel toe that front leg across. Bend the top knee, place it on the outside. Hugging round with the right hand. Spare hand behind you. Inhale as you grow tall. And exhale as you rotate. Stay flowing with your breath. Back off a little. Inhale, wavelength. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, wavelength. Exhale, rotate. And gently spinning all the way forwards, hands to the other side, and bowing down to the earth under the AstroTurf grass. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing down. One more breath. Inhale, rising all the way up. Just take a moment at center. And exhale, unravel the legs to cross-legged. From cross-legged, we're going to shift over onto all fours. So having your hands under your shoulders and the knees under the hips. Spread the hands wide like you're making a hand print in the floor. So spread those fingers, yeah. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, dropping the navel down, look forwards and up. Exhale, press the ground away from you and round through your back. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, forwards and up. Exhale to round. Just once more here. Inhale, move forwards and up. And exhale to round. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. And don't push straight into dog, but tuck the toes and slowly unfold into a downward facing dog, drawing the hips up and back. Lovely, nice. Lowering the knees to the ground. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. And coming back into child's pose, sit your hips back to your heels, let the wrists stretch out in front of you. Keeping with this fluidity, I'd love you to imagine the shape of a wave as it crashes against the beach. We're going to replicate that with our movement. So inhale, coming up to all fours and round the back like the crest of a wave. And exhale as you release the hips down, then the belly, then the chest like that wave coming to the shore. And then you hit reverse. Shrug the shoulders out, inhale that wave in reverse. Press the ground away back into that swell of the wave. You can do that a couple more times. You can go on your own breath rhythm if you like, or come with me. Inhale up. Exhale, forwards and down. Inhale up. Pushing as you round through that spine and take it back. Last one here. Inhale, rising up, rounding. Exhaling, forward and down. Inhale, pressing back up. Let's finish this off, rounding through the body. Coming back to child's pose. Inhale, rise up to all fours, lift the head, lift the heart. Tuck the toes and unfold into that dog. So move slowly into the posture, lengthening through the spine. Dropping back down onto your knees. You're going to extend your right leg, so I'm mirroring you, right leg out to the side. And try and have it straight and the heel lined up with your knee. You're going to take your left hand, Inhale, reach the left arm up, turn to look at it. Then exhale, feed that left arm underneath as if to reach towards your foot. Inhale, reach out and up. That's lovely. It's like thread the needle, mat gate pose. Exhale, reach through. Inhale, out and up. And exhale through. Inhale, reach the arm up. And then plant it on the floor next to the other one. Tuck the back toe under and roll up to stand here. Get that leg still out nice and long. Good. Rachel won't mind if you pop on that. And right hand down. Inhale, that wing lifting up on the breathe. And exhale, slide over. Inhale, that breeze picks you up. And exhale, the hand to the hip. Again, inhale, out, up and over. And exhale, the hand to the hip, or if you'd like, you could try fingertips to the floor. Inhale, out and up, slide over. Exhale, hand to the hip, fingers to the floor, and maybe let the other arm come to play. Then inhale, rise up with both arms. Exhale over. One more if you'd like. Inhale up. And exhale over. Take that top hand and circle it down. Walk it back in front of you. Just a variation of child's pose. So keep the leg wide. Relax that back foot and start to sit back. Just careful of the knee. You don't have to go too deep. Maybe the head relaxes down, but maybe it doesn't. Listen to the knees. Taking 2 cycles of breath. Inhale, pressing back up. Exhale, bend that knee back in. Lift the head, lift the heart, inhale. Tuck the toes and uncurl yourself to dog. I'm going to try still that wave shape, but a little bit more strenuous to make sure you earn your lunch. Inhale, come up onto the tiptoes, coil forwards to plank. Exhale, shift forwards, knees down. Same thing, lower the body down to the ground. Inhale, rise up through cobra. Exhale, the bum back in the air. Press it back to dog. Drop down onto your knee. Extend your left leg out to the side now. Hands down, settle that stride. Take the right arm up, turn to look at it, inhale. Exhale, feed right arm under left, stretch nice and far through. Twice more, feel that breath-body connection. And again. Inhale, rise the arm up and lower the hand back down. Tuck the back toes under and roll up to stand here. Left hand on the left. Inhale, take that right arm out, up and slide over. Inhale it up, we're just going to start with the hip. Exhale it out. Inhale, reach out, up, over. Exhale, the hand to the hip or maybe fingertips to the ground. Inhale, out, up, over. Exhale to the ground, to the hip, and let's get the other arm in the party. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, over. Once more if you desire. Finish that off with the side bend. Okay. Then bringing the hands down to the floor in front of you. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart, relax that back foot and press it back into a variation of child's pose. It's quite strong on that knee though, so take care. Taking one more cycle of breath. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, lift the head, lift the heart. That unfolding to dog. Exhale, unfolding. If you'd like, you could change dog to all fours at any point. You can lift your right leg in the air. So take your right leg up and back as you inhale. But now you're going to do dog peeing a tree near a pond. Bend the knee, heel to bottom, and cock your knee up and open at the tree. At one with nature. Take an inhale. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, curl forward, and step that foot up towards the top of your mat. So you're going to have that back leg lifted onto the heel. Good. Kick back through the heel. Inhale, draw the chest forwards, look up. Exhale, shift the weight back and fold nose towards the knee. Good. Repeating twice more again. Ride that breath. Inhale, brings you forward. Exhale, softens you back. Once more, inhale, draws you forward. And exhale, back. Inhale, come forwards. Hold it there a moment. And heel toe that front foot into the midline of your mat. And you're going to lower your back foot in a 90-degree angle. Good. Inhale, come up and open into warrior two. Just check those feet, back foot at 90, heel to up. Nice. Arms out. There's fluid water that's not going to stay here. So straighten the front leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend that knee, lower the arms back down. Again, find the breath. Inhale, flow up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. And exhale down. Hold it still here for just a breath. Inhale. And take your back hand to your back hip. Stretch up and back. Inhale, come to warrior two. And going the other way, elbow to thigh, exhale forward. Keep flowing that with the breath. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Once more, inhale. Exhale back. Inhale up. And exhale forward. Inhale, raise all the way up, warrior two. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips and turn the feet to face the long edge of your mat now, facing out that way. Nice and long stride. Hands on the hips, lift your chest up high as you inhale. Then exhale, you're going to fold forwards at your hips, so hinge forward. You can bring the fingertips to the floor, you can bend your knees to help. Then inhale, lift the chest up halfway. And exhale, top. Walk the arms further out in front of you. It's a little bit like a wide dog. Okay, inhale, feel the chest lift. And exhale, it drops down. Twice more, inhale as you lift. Exhale down. Last time, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Roll yourself back, bend the knees, and inhale, rolling up to stand. Just do nothing, stand palms forwards, exhale. Pivot your front foot to me, come back into that warrior two pose, inhale. Exhale, windmill the hands down, stepping back into your dog, inhale. Then your choice, lower your knees down to child's pose again, or curl forwards to plank, whatever you prefer. Hold that plank, take an inhale, or hold child's pose. Exhale, shift forwards and down. Inhale, rising up through cobra, squeeze the shoulder blades. And exhale, drip back to dog. From dog or all fours, let's do your other side. So inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Bend the knee, heel to bottom. And curling forward, step the foot up towards your hands. Good. Drop that back heel down for warrior two. So that heel to arch alignment. And inhale, rise up and open. Steady that gaze. And inhale, straighten the legs, reach the arms up nice. And exhale back down. Flow with the breath, twice more, your own rhythm. Hold it there, take a breath. Then exhale, backhand, back leg, and reverse it up and back. Warrior two, inhale. Exhale, fall forward, Parsvakonasana. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, Parsvakonasana. One more round, keep flowing with your breath. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, the hands to the hips, turn the feet, face the long edge of the mat. I'm not sure where this has come from. I've suddenly felt the need to be a little mean in the hips. Stay with me, because it's probably not going to do what you think it's going to do. Okay, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge forwards at the hips. Bring the hands down. Half lift, inhale. Now we're going to start by torturing your right leg. Turn your right foot heel and toe out at about a 45-degree angle, so not quite so much hopefully. Then bend that right knee, shift the weight over to the right. Now stay up flat on the feet like this, but really push your bum to the right. Now you're going to keep your bum and the lower half of your body pushing right, but walk your upper half of the body round to the left. So it's like a game of tug of war. Feel your bum being pulled one way and your arms going the other. Just feel about everywhere. Take two more breaths. Inhale up through center. Swapping sides, that left foot goes heel and toe out. Bend the left knee, shift all of your lower body to the left. Walk your upper body to the right. One more breath. Inhale up to center, square the feet, and exhale, fold. Bending the knees, slowly rolling up to stand. Rotate the palms to face forwards and take just a moment. Turning that top foot back to me, open it up, warrior two, inhale. Exhale and windmill your hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Exhale, drop down to the knees. And come back to sit on the heels. So taking the feet hip distance wide apart. Okay. Relax the arms down by the side. So before we come into tree, I was with this lovely teacher. And she had us rolling through our feet to help us find a grounding roots before we did tree. She also taught me that these are called cocktail arms. Been using that all week. Okay. So, eyes open or closed. This is just to help us wake up those feet. So rolling up onto the balls of the feet. Just lift the heels a little bit to begin with. And rolling back onto the heels, lift the toes. Just in your own time, keep rolling through that. It's almost better to keep it low and feel grounded. And you can work it higher if that still feels good to you. But don't make that the goal. Lift silly high. The goal is to connect with, awaken, and enliven your feet. We all know that one of the most easy wellness things we can do for ourselves is barefoot walking on grass. Let's just give that one more moment. And really drop the feet down. We will balance with the eyes open, but just close them for a minute. There's something wonderful about visualization and how it works for the body. So we need to start by visualizing a tree, a real tree, a tree you see in your life. I saw the most beautiful beech tree yesterday. And just look at that tree and what you can see above ground. The trunk, the canopy, the leaves, the branches. But imagine all that you can't see, everything that's below ground. So that root structure that spreads out beneath the ground. One of the most amazing things about trees is how when they're planted together, they actually communicate with one another through their root structure. So imagine now your roots going down through your feet, down into the ground, but also spreading out through the ground. So all our roots are intertwined, connected, communicating. And you press down into your roots, feel your lower half of your body, your legs stand strong. So representing the trunk of the tree in your legs. And feel a buoyancy, a lift in your chest, the branches, rising through the crown, reaching up to the sun for nutrients. And yes, we're going to open the eyes, but try to stay with that picture, the feeling. So open the eyes, find a gaze point to look at. Shift the weight over now into just your right foot and peel your left heel up. And take a moment, connect with that feeling again, that energy of a tree, and know this is it already. If you wish, you could place foot to foot, foot to calf. You can place foot up into the inner thigh, but do bear in mind how hot it is. And find that rootedness, the lift in the chest. Now if you want, we can expand the canopy, reaching the arms up, leave them quite wide. You're a really broad, tall tree with this fabulous canopy. And as you breathe, imagine your leaves and how the tree is like half of our lungs. We need them to draw in that carbon dioxide and give us back out the oxygen. Exhale, lowering it back down. Let that foot find the ground. Just relax a circle out the other one. Just be dormant for a moment. And balance takes a lot out of the body and the nervous system and the mind. So the eyes closed, start again. Find your feet. Imagine those feet going down. The legs drawing strong, the trunk of the tree. The chest representing the branches rising up through into the canopy. Open the eyes when you're ready, but stay with that mental picture. And just peel up your right heel. Communicate with that left foot. And find your tree, just as there's many varieties and species, so too of us. Heel to foot, heel to calf. But you could place it in the inner thigh, but be your own tree. And find the roots, find the trunk. Find the branches and grow that canopy if you wish. And then the breath. The leaves of the tree are the lungs of our planet. And exhale it down. Oh, so strong. Come up towards the front of your mat. So we're going to probably step back. But let's head to that pigeon. The hip again, like the heat. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale as you fold. Hands to the shins, half lift, inhale. And exhale, stepping back to dog. Then we're going to come into pigeon in a moment on the right leg. If you feel any sensation in your right knee, just let me know and I'll give you an alternative. So let's lift that right leg up and back in the air. Draw the right knee forward. You're going to place the right knee all the way over by your right wrist and the foot diagonally across it. Walk that back leg straight back behind you. Bring the hands in, lift the chest. And you can choose your pigeon by all means. This is really nice, really focused. You can fold down, which has a grounding element. You can always bend the back leg and take a hold, which is a sort of more opening, expansive in the body. So find the variation you desire. And either soften the gaze, close the eyes, and be really present with that in your physical body. And take the hand wrap in front of you. Stay present with that breath. Now, whatever variation it is, we're going to take about 3 more breaths. The legs lifted, gently release it down. If you're sleepy, come up onto the hands, tuck the toes and exit back into that dog. Taking a second or so, a breath there before swapping sides. And then when you're ready, inhale, lift the left leg up, bend the knee, open it out a moment. And bring that left knee forwards, diagonally across the foot. Go a little bit more to the left with that knee. Good. Walk the leg back. And just give it a moment here. And it's a bit of a fallacy that you have to do something the same on the other side. The body's not symmetrical. We don't use it symmetrically. So just tune in here. What would serve you on this side? Stay lifted to fold forwards, to maybe explore taking the back leg. Find what suits uniquely you. The nice thing is you can always try something and go, no, not today. Stay present with the breath, visualizing it in and down to the body. Exhaling out and up. Taking 2 more cycles of breath. Releasing the back leg if you've got a hold of it. Gently exiting into your dog. And any way you like, making your way to seated. Deepening your breath. And drawing your knees into your chest. And gently making your way to seated. Eyes closed, hands together in front of that heart. As we once more take in all of the sounds around us, without the need to label, to judge, to even draw into the story. It's like your mind is like a tape recorder, it just notes. And allow those noises to continue to be, to exist. Follow the breath in through the nose, in and down to the sanctuary that always resides within. One that is both calm but strong. I'm going to close this short practice with the chant of Om. Taking a nice deep inhale. If you raise the hands to point between the eyebrows. From that place of wisdom, we bow to one another. Namaste.